Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're live again for another Max Monday live stream, and today's features a brand new Dynamax. We've got Dynamax Combee on Dynamax battles throughout this week as a new addition, and of course we are going to be doing mainly those this evening. So first of all, let's just clear out some space so we can start catching some stuff again. And it is absolutely baking here in the UK, so we're not going to go hell for leather and run around trying to get these Combees. We're going to leisurely walk around and try and catch as many things as we can, but we'll try and catch every single Pokemon along the way. Another excellent throw, which is always good. There is a Dynamax Combee up here, which is why I'm heading this direction. And we've got quite a few particles. We haven't claimed any today, and we've already reached a limit, so we should have around about 2,500 particles, but it's whether we can find that many Dynamax Combees. There is actually 2 more across that way, so we could do a loop and go down that way and do 3 virtually one after another. That might be a good way to start. Fido from the research task. Hey Surui, how are you? Thanks so much for joining. Now, I don't think Dynamax Combee is a brilliant one, although of course if you are wanting to try and get one, you do need to try and get a female one so that you can evolve it into Vesper Queen. It does have good tank abilities, I'm apparently informed, against certain Pokemon, so it might be good in some scenarios, but overall it is just going to be a Pokedex filler, I would say. Is that you multi-streaming? I don't think so. If I am, I don't know what else I'm streaming to, but I don't know. It looks all a bit weird and funky, doesn't it? It looks like Prism's had a bit of an update. But, you know, I'll take it. I don't know what's happening there. I don't think I'm multi-streaming. I think you've got to pay for like the Prism. Yeah, just the chat looks different. So Prism did an update before I went live. So it's probably something to do with that. But yeah, the chat looks different. I don't mind it actually, it looks pretty cool. I just wish that the person's commenting, their name stays the same colour. Because, you know, it looks like there's several different people commenting there, where it's just you. But yeah, perhaps that's something I can change with the settings, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks pretty cool though, that. I don't mind that, that looks pretty cool. So we'll just take that gym. Let's get a Pokemon added in there. It's been a while since I've managed to jump on YouTube, so I haven't seen you for a while. Surui, how are you? We're going to go in with Dynamax Regirock, it's recommended, so we'll leave it at that and see how well it does against that. Yeah, rainbow colours. I'm guessing you can change that in some sort of settings. I'm going to have to play about with that, aren't I? Later on. Now I know it's updated. No, I'm trying to do a bit on both still. I think TikTok is sort of one of those avenues which does create me some sort of revenue, even though it's only little bits and bobs, it still all adds up. Whereas YouTube, I'm really struggling to create any revenue from, which is a little bit more annoying. So that's probably why I use TikTok more than anything. but also I can't seem to get the amount of viewers on YouTube like I can on TikTok. I think a lot of the younger generation tend to use TikTok more than YouTube, but that's obviously required for like raid hosting and stuff like that. So TikTok seems to be where I do all my raid hosting, and if I just want to chill and just catch Pokemon and do just the event live streams, that's where I'll be doing them on YouTube. So it means I get less hassled for raids, because as soon as I go live on TikTok, it tends to be loads of people wanting to be invited to raids, and that's sometimes not what I want to do in an evening. I just want to have a sit down, chill and just chat. But you do get bombarded with people wanting to do raids, which is understandable. But sometimes you just don't want that from a live stream. So yeah, it's just finding that balance at the moment in time. But it's good to see that both avenues are still doing good. We're nearly up to 1,700 subscribers on YouTube, which is good. We've got around about 1,300 followers on TikTok. So like 3K followers combined, which is really, really good. Friend goes to Chicago, that is awesome. One of my mates has gone to Tokyo this week, and it does look epic. He's been sending me screenshots of all the Pokestops and stuff, and it's just completely mental. You can stand in one place and probably reach about 10 to 12 Pokestops where you stood, you know, Pokestops and gyms. It's just absolutely crazy. He's been with people today, and he's seen 3 Shadow Hundo shinies, so Shadow Shundos. He's seen 3 people get them today. One of them was Fleece King, because he's big mates with Fleece King, and Fleece King got a Shundo, Shadow Shundo Groudon, which I don't know if you've seen, and then other people have managed to get Shadow Shundos as well, either of Kyogre or Groudon. So it's pretty epic. I think my mates managed to get 5 Hundos so far. 4 of them were Mewtwo. 2 had the background, like the Tokyo background, which is very cool. Unfortunately, none of them were shiny. But he's also got a Hundo Rotom. I think it's is it a washing machine Rotom? Something like that we've got. He's got a Hundo one of those as well, which is pretty cool, I must admit. So yeah, he's having a really good time by the sounds of it. And it's actually warmer here in the UK than it is over in Tokyo. We had 31 degrees here where I am today. That's it, wash Rotom. So yeah, you got a Hundo one of those, which is mental. Absolutely mental. But yeah, he's having a good time. He's there all week. Of course, the actual weekend is when the Go Fest begins out there, but there's pretty much something going on all week with all the raids and stuff. So yeah, I think he did 350 odd raids just in today. He's been up since 5:30 in the morning. It's absolutely crazy. Hey LeChonk, how are you, Angus? Hopefully you're doing good, mate. I think he brought 4,000 raid passes before he went, because he knew he was going to do a lot of raids. Leave to CPH soon. What CPH? Just remind me. Get sick of it after a 3rd day. Yeah, it is full on chaotic. You've got to I'm one of those that likes to plan my day out before it happens. So I like to have a plan. Whereas like with Pokemon, you know, like with a raid day routes, for example. Oh, Copenhagen, awesome. That is going to be meant. Make sure to get something for me. But yeah, like with the raid day events and stuff like that, I don't mind those, because you know what gyms are going to spawn what. You know, every gym's going to spawn the same thing. So you don't mind doing those, and I don't mind hosting them in my local community, because you could just sort of plan a route and stick to that route, and that'll be fine. But these days are so chaotic, you know, going backwards and forwards. You don't know what's going to appear on what gym. You need to go across there, but then also you need to go straight there afterwards. It's just so full on. And to have 12 hours of it every single day, well, more than 12 hours like 14, 15 hours of it every single day for 7 days. He's just so full on. Aiming to do 600 to 750 raids in Copenhagen. Yes, you should be able to do that many. It's going to be absolutely insane. Hopefully you've saved up and got loads of raid passes. It is going to be absolutely insane. Yeah, shiny room would be awesome. Yeah, so it's 10 AM till 8 PM, but the raids and stuff start at 5:30 or start at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you can be out raiding at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is what my mate had done. So we did 5 AM till 8 PM, or just after 8 PM, because obviously some raids go over. So he's like going up until 9 PM, and then he's going back to the hotel, have a sleep, and then he'll start again at 5 AM in the morning. It's just so full on. Yeah, the raids themselves start at 5 AM. Because my mate has sent me a screenshot with loads of raids near him at 5 AM. That's how I know. Yeah, spawn starts at 9 AM, yeah. I mean, I'm more than happy just catching these rubbish spawns around here. Who needs Tokyo? $4,905 raid passes. How have you got that many? That is insane. I literally wouldn't have bag space for anything else having that many raid passes. That is absolutely insane. Hey Jonathan, how are you? Thanks for joining. But it'll be gone by global. That is going to be absolutely insane. Spend them wisely. That's all I'll say, spend them wisely. I've currently got about 140 odd raid passes, and I know damn well I'm going to have to buy some more before global. But I'm sort of trying to make the ones I've got now last me until global. Which is difficult, being that I'm doing so many live streams on TikTok hosting raids. But again, I'm still trying to space those out because I can't afford personally myself to host raids every single day. Because as soon as you go on TikTok and start hosting raids, by the time you've got home, you've done like 10, 12 raids. And like when you start adding that up, it's like 100 raids a week, which, you know, I'm not doing these raids really for myself because I've already got the shinies of what's on raids. I've already got decent ones. I don't really want loads of Tapu Finis or Tapu Bulus or whatever's on raids. So, you know, it's just... It's really, it's just one of those really. Just send RSVPs. Yeah, you could do. The only thing is, a lot of people who join on my TikTok are quite low levels. So without me doing it with them, they do actually struggle. So I don't mind helping them because that is all part of why I do it. But it's just trying to space it out, if you know what I mean. Instead of going live on TikTok every single day doing raids, I'll go live on TikTok one day doing raids. The next day I'll just do a normal question and answer session and just chat there in my office room with all my cards behind me and stuff like that. And then the next day I'll do raids again. So I sort of like do it every other day. Yeah, that'll be awesome. I wonder if you can get Dynamax female Combee, because I don't think any of the ones I've got so far are female. Male, male, male. Surely it would be a female when you battle it. There you go, there's a female. So we'll start heading down to that one. Yeah, so it should show as female or male. We have just found a female one, the one with a little triangle on its head. Yeah, female ones are definitely rarer. I've had 13 or 14 shiny ones now, shiny Combees, and all of them are male. All of them are male. I haven't had a single shiny female out of all the shiny ones I've had. Which is just so annoying. Because I really want to evolve one. Maybe it's waited until these Dynamaxes to be able to be a shiny female. Maybe that's a reason. Maybe when I get a shiny one next, it'll be a Dynamax one that I can evolve into Vespiquen. Everything happens for a reason, they say. Maybe that's a reason for me. Right, I think we're going to start our daily adventure incense, guys. Yeah, it's always good if you do know somebody who goes these in-person events, even if you don't manage to go yourself. I've really wanted to start going some, but it's just, you know, life gets in the way sometimes, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't manage to go every in-person event or anything like that. I don't know whether he's going to be that kind to me, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see if I can twist his arm. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Who's gone that event, then they could invite you. Oh, it went back up again. 9:30 UK time, I would say. Maybe a little bit later. Maybe about 10:30, 11:30, something like that. Can't remember how many hours Tokyo are ahead of us. I think we're around about 9 hours ahead. Knowing me, another male one will spawn, won't it? Combee is not one to stay in a ball, guys. You know, other boosted shiny Pokemon, bronze, everything now can be part of the Go Pass during the event, which starts tomorrow, and also if you upgrade your Go Pass to the Go Pass Deluxe, you'll get a second great from a Tadbulb. Way too hot to be climbing a hill, but hey, how are you? Let's just catch that Ghastly first. Never say no to a Ghastly. Excellent throw. Let's catch a Slugma. Pokemon are a mix between a couple of different ones. So we've gone for an Ice type and 2 Fightings. We're going to swap into our Lucario, which will just stabilise or stop the Snorlax from attacking us. And we're going to try and get off 2 power-up punches with this Lucario just to break Cliff shields. Put a charge attack move, God of War, but I am going to use Aura Sphere here just to get the most amount of damage away. And then I'm going to swap into Kyurem, where we're going to go Ice Burn. And that sees God of War down and out. And then we've got Tyranitar. So Tyranitar is going to be weak to fighting. We have still got 2 more fighting types in our party. One of them being that nearly dead Lucario, but good enough to get another Aura Sphere off. Good Shadow Snorlax there. So we're nearly getting towards this. Like and subscribe, guys. The more people who subscribe, the bigger we can get the channel, and the better it will be for you guys watching. The stream keeps crashing. Oh, did I? Right, is that mine internet and or what? Do you reckon it's my internet? I'm guessing your internet's fine. Are other people having the same sort of issue? I'm guessing that's why literally everybody went offline. Right, okay, so it must be mine. Right, let me just bear with me just a second, and I'm going to see if I can cancel. I'm going to see if I can just can I pause the live stream for a second? Right, screensaver turned on. Let me just bear with me a second, guys. Bear with me a second. Right, we should be back now. Hey Logan, how are you? Yeah, do let me know if the stream gets any better now. I've just altered a few of the settings to do with my mobile data. I've recently changed mobile data provider, so it'll be interesting to see how good the stream is with this mobile data provider. If it's not very good, I'll have to transfer back. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. At the moment, we're on like a current 1 month rolling contract, so at any month I can come out of it, which is good. We're just trying to find the best mobile provider around here, which gives us the best stream. But hopefully it's better now. We were speaking about my friend that is going in person ever since 2018. Then I did, right, okay, yeah. So that was a while ago. So yeah, I do apologise if you've missed quite a lot of the stream. Who you with? I'm currently with nobody. Currently walking around on my own. Billy no mates. Oh, you mean mobile data wise? So I used to be with EE. I've now gone to GIFGAF, which is O2, and that's apparently better where I am. But I have only been with him for around about 10 days or so now. So I'm just sort of trying to scope out what's good and what's not. With EE, I was having a lot of crashes at the same time every day. And I think it was like they were resetting their mast at that time, which was just really annoying. and it always used to cut my live streams off around about 7 PM in the evening. I had the most issues, so I'm trying to find someone that, you know, gives better signal in my area, and apparently giffgaff is, or O2 is one of the best ones in my area. Yeah, see, Vodafone don't really do very good signal where I am. That's the only problem. I have looked into Vodafone. It was my first one that I looked into, and if you go on like their coverage checker, it just shows like hardly anything around here. It's a downside to living in the countryside, I suppose. You do struggle with signal every now and again. It might get to a stage where I've got to go elsewhere to start doing live streams. You know, somewhere that's better on signal. It means I'll have to drive there a lot, but if it means it gets better stream quality, then it's perhaps worth it. No, I don't get 5G. I get bits of areas of 5G, so it says I'm on 5G now. But again, I think the phone lies a little bit, because if you go on the coverage checker for giffgaff and O2, it doesn't say that there's any 5G in my area. Although when I'm connected like now, it says I'm on 5G. So I don't know if it's truly, you know, I don't know if it's true to what it says really, a lot of the times. But I'm also thinking that in the next sort of couple of months, or towards the end of this year, start of next, I'm probably due a new phone anyway, because this phone isn't, you know, it's 3 years old now, so it's probably not going to be the best for picking up signal and stuff like that. There's probably better phones out there nowadays, and it's not a flagship phone, it's not nothing brilliant anyway, so I perhaps need to stop being a bit tight and spend a bit more money on a phone. S10, yeah, I used to have an S10. I used to have an S8 and then I had an S10, and then I went ages with an S10. But yeah, I remember we jumped, didn't we? We went from like S10 to S20. It was like, well, what's happened to all the other numbers? Just completely missed out, like all the teens. Just like, nope. A bit of a weird jump that was. Yeah, hopefully we do. That'll be awesome. I probably won't have mobile data wherever we meet lot, but you know, that'll be awesome. Everyone else is playing fine and I'm just like, can I share your hotspot? Please hotspot me. But yeah, I probably am due a new phone. These phones nowadays, they only last 3 or 4 years, especially if you're trying to like play Pokemon Go live stream. So you're recording the screen, you're live streaming, you're playing Pokemon Go. It's all like quite high intensity for something that isn't perhaps flagship. So, you know, I perhaps need something with a bit more RAM in it and stuff like that. A bit more memory in it. Lucky remote tomorrow after the challenges. Yes, we will. We'll have to sort something out on Discord. I don't know what you want to do. But yeah, we'll definitely have to sort something out. Yeah, I think that's the only downside of it now, because we keep packing more and more into these phones, but we don't really improve the cooling side of it. So I think a lot of it, like I know a lot of people complain about the newest iPhones, for example. I've never had an iPhone, but a lot of people complain that like the iPhone 17 and 16s get really, really hot when you're trying to play Pokemon Go on them and stuff like that, because it's like, you know, it's improved graphics because the phone's capable of it, but you don't get any cooling out of it. I think like the iPhone 17 Pro is supposed to have like water cooling in it, or some sort of cooling in it, that the normal iPhone 17 hasn't. But still, people with that phone still complain that it doesn't get, you know, it overheats all the time. I'm stuck between Tapu Bulu or something else, as I went 51 raids last week, 0 shiny, but I did get 398. Yeah, that is annoying that you didn't get a shiny after 58, I must admit. I think, what was it? I didn't get shiny for ages on one of the legendaries. Oh, Buzzwole. I spent 50 odd remotes on Buzzwole this last time round, and eventually got it on the 53rd raid, I think it was. Because I always said to myself that I wouldn't remote them until it was shiny available. And then it's been shiny available now for the last 2 or 3 occasions it's been out. And every time I've hammered remotes. And this last time I spent like 50 odd remotes on it and eventually got the shiny. So I was more than happy with that, although my bank balance wasn't. I was definitely happy to get the shiny. And in fact, I was missing all 3 of those shinies this last time round. So I was missing Pheromosa, which is what we get here in Europe. I was missing Buzzwole, which was of course in the Americas. And I was missing Exercitry, which of course is the Asia Pacific region. So I was having to spend remotes on Exercitry and Buzzwole. Luckily for me, Exercitry managed to get the shiny after around about 7 remotes of it, something like that. Managed to get the shiny, but the annoying Buzzwole took a lot more remotes than that. So, you know, probably evened out that I was close to odds really. The Pheromosa I got from a raid hour, which was on the Wednesday evening of when it released, so that was pretty early as well. So yeah, it probably evened out that I got all 3 within around about 60 or 70 raids, but you know, it was annoying that 50 of those raids were Buzzwole. But sometimes that's just how it is. Tapu Bulu. Is Tapu Bulu one that's out now? That's the one that's out now, isn't it? Hey, thanks so much for joining, Giovanni. Much appreciated. Yeah, Tapu Bulu's the ones that's out now, isn't it? We had Tapu Koko like back end of last month in April. I'm more than happy to send you an invite to a Tapu Bulu the next time I do one, if you're wanting an invite, Saru. Selly Stealer is going to be an annoying one to get. We normally get Cortana, remember, Southern Hemisphere, get Selly Stealer. It is an annoying one to get. I don't know if I've got Selly Stealer shiny. I'm done raiding him, fair enough. That is fair enough. Let me see if I've got a Selly Stealer. No, I am missing Selly Stealer myself, which is so annoying. Stack Attacker was another one, but I did manage to get that shiny. Didn't take too long. You can see there the amount of raids I did, 11 in total. I think I kept them all as well, just because it was a bit of a regional here in the UK. 51 raids in 5 days was enough. Yeah, that's fair play. That's fair play. It gets a bit excessive, doesn't it? Because you always get to that stage where you think, it hasn't shined for me yet, but maybe the next one will. Maybe the next one. And then next minute you're like 50 raids in, it's like, maybe the next one. Sometimes you got to just draw a line, haven't you, and think, right, forget it this time round. I'll get it when it next comes back. Hopefully my luck will have reset a bit then. Got a spare Tapu Bulu for our lucky trade. You know what, I might have. Shiny and Tapu. Yes, I have. I have indeed. And I've even marked one up as a remote trade. But yeah, I've got two out of 2 stars. So yeah, by all means, if you want one of those for our lucky trade, you can do. Depends how much it's annoying you. Is the stream a lot better now, by the way? Since I've made those changes. Can I steal? Yeah, by all means, if you want to. Do you want to do that for our remote trade, like for our? Are we lucky friends as well? I think, aren't we? Do you want to do that for our lucky remote trade? Stream 100% better. Awesome. Is that a female? No. Is that one a female? No, that's a bond suite. Random bond suite. You seem okay to me on the comments, and everything on the stream seems okay. It's just whether it's coming through okay or not. Let me just pick up that Dynamax. There we go. Slightly. So it might be worth doing that on the next one. It's just trying to tinker with the settings in it to try and get a smooth stream. That's what we want. You know, I think everybody who live streams walking around does get these issues, but I think we get them a little bit more often than others. 268. So yeah, stuff I'm wanting in return. Shiny Hone Edge is one of my favourite shinies in the game. So if you've got a spare one of those, that would be brill. If not, stuff that can mega evolve, like the new Legend ZA megas. Don't know all of them off the top of my head, but you know, stuff that I can potentially get a decent shiny one of. A lot of the stuff has had community days as well. So you know, stuff that potentially could be a decent mega when we get released in Pokemon Go. I'm sort of just trying to prep myself for those being released. Of course, we did have Mega Phalanx this last weekend, but I've already got a decent shiny Phalanx that I've mega evolved. So it's just like most of the other ones. So yeah, have a look, let me know on Discord in a bit, and we'll sort it out. This Combee's really doing me head in, to a point where I might just run away. What is happening here with this Combee? It's not even good. Why is Dynamax Combee so difficult to catch? It shouldn't be as difficult, surely. There we go. So annoying when it's difficult to catch when it really shouldn't be. Finally got the Pikachu from 2021, congrats. Which one was that one from 2021? Yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be absolutely cool. If you don't mind, that'll be brill. More than happy to do that for a Tapu Bulu. I know it's something you really need. And it'll save you a lot on raid passes, I suppose. Oh yeah, the Safari Hat one. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that's a cool one to get, that is, mate. Awesome. I appreciate that. I've not yet managed to get a decent shiny hone edge that I'm willing to evolve. Like I've got one, I had one myself during Go Tour should I say. Had one myself and somebody else traded me one. So I ended up with 2 in total, but both of them were rubbish, like 2 stars. So I've not had anything decent enough to evolve. So hopefully the one that I get from you I can actually evolve. Since it's you. Right, the last Dynamax of the evening. Dynamax Bond Suite is down and out. $249 CP. I don't know if that's any good, but hopefully it catches easier than Combee does, because Combee has been really annoying tonight. And there we go, that's what we like to see. First ball catch. Bond Suite 249 is a Hundo Dynamax. Is it? Is it? Is it? No. Takes ages for the appraisal screen to come up on some of these Dynamaxes. Don't know why. Did you see the new Mega Volcarona? Volcarona or Volcanion? Thanks for joining, by the way, Vaporeon guy. Don't think you've been here on the chat before. If I have, I do appreciate you dropping that subscribe button if you haven't already. Can we trade? Unfortunately, you have to be within 100 meters to do a trade, unless you are forever friends, which means you can do a remote trade, which takes 180 days of friendship leveling up, so a minimum of 6 months. So yeah, unfortunately we can't do a trade. First 10 seasons of Simpsons. I'm gonna guess that you paid very cheap, being that you mention it. I'm gonna say that you paid 25 quid for the first 10 seasons. I think that would be quite a cheap price for it. £2.50 a season, it's nothing really. Can you add me? I don't know if I've got room. Oh, I have. Might have room. If people want to add me, please do so by using the trainer code on the screen. Don't normally share it on YouTube, but I'm feeling generous tonight, so please do add me if you feel like you want to add me on Pokemon Go. Like I say, unfortunately we can't do any trades because you do have to be within 100 meters to do a trade. But if you add me, at least you might be able to join some of the raids that I do if you're online. Or even if we just friendship level up and get some more XP for both of us, I'm more than happy to do that. £12.50, that is a bargain. That is an absolute bargain, half the price that I thought, and that was a bargain, what I said, so that is absolutely crazy. Yeah, that is a steal there. That is a proper steal. We need to perhaps open some of these gifts and send some today. Did you manage to note down my trainer code before when I showed it on the screen? Or have you not yet seen it, Master? Did put it on the screen a moment or two ago, but maybe you'd left the live stream for a second. So yeah, there is a trainer code on the screen. If you want to take a screenshot of it, and then you can add me at some point this evening, that's fine. Or if you've already got your game open, you might want to just quickly write that number into it and send me a friend request. Yeah, that is mental. That is absolutely mental. 25 years old. Wow. That is crazy. I remember season 1, how it looks so much different. Like, if you go back and try and watch season 1 of The Simpsons, it's just like, it's so weird. It's so weird. The characters just look so different, like the graphics and everything. It's so weird. It's still very good, don't get me wrong. But yeah. Yeah, he is, yeah. He is. Yeah, some really weird things. This Yamask is not one to stay in the ball. Come on. There we go. Excellent throw. Finally stays in the ball. I think he stays in the ball, although Doug Trio seems to be back. What's happening? Oh no, he's disappeared again. Yeah, exactly. That is cool. That is cool how you've got a rare one. Always nice when you manage to pick up a bargain like that. Where did you get it from? Was it like a charity shop or like a car boot or something? Seems like a bit of a bargain. Somebody didn't realise what we got in their hands, by the sounds of it. Would you steal a car? Probably not. I wouldn't know how to. No, probably not. I wouldn't know how to. I haven't got the balls in me to do anything like that. I'm not a rebel in any way, shape or form. So no, I wouldn't be able to. Too much of a goody good boy. Winning is for winners. I'm guessing that's going to be a starter Pokemon. Vinted, nice one. Can you add me? I have been putting my trainer code up on the screen. I'm guessing you missed it. Are you ready to see my trainer code again? If I put it on my screen now. So there you go, there's the trainer code. If you want to take a screenshot of it, feel free to add me. Old copyright ads on DVDs. Yeah, we do. Jesus. Yeah, you're making me feel old now. That is crazy. Stuff like that you just don't realise like gets lost. It's like DVDs in general now. They're just not really a thing anymore, are they? Who do you know has like a DVD player that isn't like a PlayStation or something? You know, DVD players are just not a thing anymore. It's normally a PlayStation, isn't it, as like a DVD player, but even then, not many people buy DVDs anymore. So yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Times are changing. We're getting old. We're getting old. Definitely getting old. Right, so have I had my coins for today? If not, hopefully I'll get kicked off a gym sometime soon. Have you seen that unknown there? I mean, just look at the top two of my defenders. One has been defending a gym for 422 days, and the other one has been defending a gym for 209 days. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. How has nobody even visited those gyms? That is just mental. One's over a year and one's nearly a year and a half. It's just ridiculous. Lucario. That'll be a cool shiny to get. Yeah, you got to go Blockbusters though. Blockbusters was only just a thing when I was growing up. Good old Blockbusters. Rent your movies, rent your DVDs. Yeah, I think they are. I think those gym defenders are, you know, that. We're in like the middle of a volcano or something, it must be. Somewhere that nobody's willing to go to. We must be sort of that way on. Car boot sales, yeah. Still do get quite a lot of car boots around where I am. It's one of those things that sort of does still happen quite a lot of the time. Especially on a Sunday. Seems to definitely be a Sunday thing. Go down to the car boot on a Sunday. Yeah, bloody hell. Feeling old now. Reminiscing. Like some old people thinking about how good the times were back in the day. Reminiscing now. Reminiscing while catching Pokemon. And talking of catching Pokemon, we've run out of storage. Let's just go that one, no evolve, and we'll transfer those. 100 games in one, yes. Yes. Do you remember the Sky games? Surely you remember the Sky games. Oh, as if. So you can't comment from not watching on the app. That's annoying. That is very annoying. Wonder if that's something that YouTube has reintroduced, like you've got to be logged in to comment. Because I think I can comment on my computer at home because I'm always logged in to like Google or whatever. But maybe it's like a mobile thing that you have to have the app to comment. Yes, Beehive, what was it? Beehive Bedlam, what was it called? Was it Beehive Bedlam? Something like that. I've got Beehive Bedlam in my head. Ah, right, okay. Hi all. You joined us just as we're about to probably finish the live stream soon. In fact, one thing I do want to just check. Now, I'm going to check somewhere, and this will be a test. And I want people to stay on the live stream while we do this, because I want people to inform me whether it works or not. Our last service provider, before I changed mobile networks, we couldn't go to any of this nest down here, this dark green area, because as soon as we got there, it went completely terrible. So we couldn't do any raids on these gyms here. We could probably get this first one, but we definitely couldn't get the second one. So yeah, I'm going to see. Yo, what's this stream about? It is Pokemon Go. We are just catching Pokemon. We're doing Max Monday, which we've just done. We've been doing Dynamax Pokemon, Dynamax battles. But yeah, it's just catching Pokemon, having a chat, seeing what events are happening soon. So yeah, thanks so much for joining. Stream is about watching Dan play Pokemon, yeah, basically. And just let's test and see how good the signal is down here, because this is where we used to lose signal. If ever it starts lagging, just let me know in the comments. But hopefully, we get better signal here than we did before. Hopefully. Yeah, mute. Right, what is the stream looking like, people? Because normally it would cut off now on our old network provider. Juttery. Right, okay. Hey Mark, how are you? Yeah, on our old mobile network provider, we couldn't actually interact with this gym. So it at least is a little bit better than that. At least we can actually interact with it. Normally we'd get down this area and we couldn't do anything. Yeah, long time no see, Mark. How are you? Thanks so much for joining. Yeah, so you can't get Mega Energy from Mewtwo unless you're in person. So yeah, you have to be in person in Japan to be able to get the Mega Energy. But of course, Mega Mewtwo is only available in Japan for the last half an hour of Saturday and Sunday this weekend. So we only get 1 hour in total over a whole weekend where the Mega Mewtwo will actually spawn on raids. And I think it's going to be like half an hour on the Saturday will be Mewtwo X, and then half an hour on the Sunday will be Mewtwo Y. So people in person are not going to get many Mega Energy for Mega Mewtwo. And of course it's a super mega raid, so it will require 12 people to defeat it, because it will have 12 shields. Yeah, exactly right. So the location backgrounds and the shiny Taurus are only in person. Yeah, you can get Primal Energy. That is a good use of it. 8 shields was on the likes of Malamar, Victory Bell and Phalanx, which we had recently. Dragonite was 10 shields, and I believe Mewtwo is going to be 12 shields. So sort of like the higher the rank Pokemon, you know, the better they are in the game, the more shields they'll get. But yeah, Mewtwo is going to be 12 shields. That is definitely a rumour for now. Another excellent throw. So yeah, this seems to be a Venipede nest down here. It's the only place where I live that actually has a nest. So it definitely seems to be a Venipede nest. We're seeing quite a few Venipedes around here. Yeah, so the Super Mega Raids are normally 1 in 10 shiny rates, but that's of course mainly because they've been on like raid day events, for example. I don't know what shiny rates they are going to be for like the Go Fest and stuff like that, whether they'll be 1 in 10, 1 in 20 or 1 in 64. I'm not too sure. I would fully expect that they're going to be around 1 in 20, I would say. Mewtwo is going to be a 1 in 20 shiny odds anyway because it is a legendary, so I fully expect it to be a 1 in 20 shiny odds from the Super Mega Raids. But I think the other Super Mega Raids, if they aren't on a Mega Raid day like Phalanx was at a weekend, they might be 1 in 64 shiny odds, because I know that was the shiny odds for Go Tour, I believe, from the Dragonite, Malamar and Victory Bell. I think it was 1 in 64 for that weekend for those. I was hoping during Global the type powers and raiding spawns within that type make shiny hunting more fun instead. Yeah, so it is a little bit more annoying. So we haven't really got like habitats, have we? I don't think. I think we've got the same spawns just going over and over again, instead of the owly habitats that we normally have. But I think the Go Fest this year is going to be very heavily raid focused. I think they're hoping a lot of people just don't bother with the wild spawns and just do a lot of raids, which I'm sure a lot of people will do anyway, because most of the good things is going to be in raids. But that's of course how they'll make the most money out of it, because you know we've classified it as a free event because it's the 10-year anniversary. We're giving everybody the ticket for free, and yet what they'll do is they'll end up locking everything behind raids, so you have to pay for it anyway. So you know they'll get the money back in some way, shape or form. "70 raids, yeah. Because I know the Super Mega Raid bosses have had their energy cap lifted now. So you no longer can hold just 10,000 Mega Energy for the Super Mega Raid bosses. I think it's 50,000. Because Mega Mewtwo takes 7,500 Mega Energy to Mega Evolve it the first time round, which is just insane. It's insane. When you think about Mega Phalanx, let's just go to a Phalanx here and I'll show you. So a Phalanx takes 300 Mega Evolve candy, Mega Energy candy to evolve it. Whereas you go to Mewtwo, and we have already added it in the game. Let's go to a non-shadow one. There. So there you go. 7,500 Mega Energy to just Mega Evolve it once. You've then got to build up the Mega level, of which you can do that for free up until Mega 3, and then to get to Mega 4 you have got to purchase that final Mega evolution by using more Mega Energy. So yeah, it is very, very annoying. But as I mentioned to somebody the other day, if you go onto Dialga decks, which is what I use a lot of the time, and I'll show people on the stream just now before we finish. If you go onto Dialga decks and you check out the top Psychic type Pokemon in the game, then Mega Mewtwo absolutely trashes everything, as you'd fully expect. So let's just reload this here, and we'll just close down the chat just for a second so you can all see this. Mega Mewtwo Y has a DPS, or EDPS, which means effective damage per second, of 38.15. Shadow Mewtwo, which is already released of course, has 31.33. So it doesn't just beat Shadow Mewtwo, it absolutely obliterates it. 7 points higher than Shadow Mewtwo. And Mega Alakazam is 28. So it's 10 points higher than Mega Alakazam as a Psychic type. But it doesn't just stop there, because if you go to the normal typing, Mega Mewtwo X and Y appear in second place in the normal typing, with only Shadow Regigigas being better than it. Fighting typing, you've got Mega Lucario, which of course might get improved with the Mega Lucario Z that will come out. But Mega Mewtwo X is second, very, very close in fact, to Mega Lucario as a fighting type, so not much between them at all. And you've got other typings as well, so ice types, they appear third and fourth on the ice typing list, both Mega Mewtwo Y and X. So they are going to be very, very useful in the game. And electric typings, it's actually better than Shadow Raikou, which for most of the game has been sat at #1 spot now for a year or two in terms of the best electric type. And now it's fell down to third place because we've got the brand new mythical Zorora, whatever it's called, Zorua. I don't know how you pronounce it. But yeah, we've got a brand new mythical electrical Pokemon coming out, and that's going to be #1. So if you get a good one of that, that is really, really good to power up. But Mega Mewtwo Y is going to be second as an electric type, which is just insane. The different charge moves that Mewtwo can learn just makes it an absolute beast in a lot of typing. So definitely worth getting your hands on a couple of those if you can, and obviously getting enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve your own. But that is going to be it for today's live stream, unfortunately. We have had a decent live stream. You all did the raids earlier or what? Yeah, so we haven't done any raids yet, just because not many people have joined in on the live stream who have wanted to do raids. So I will be going live on TikTok probably tomorrow, doing some raids. It'll be the final day of Tapu Bulu on raids tomorrow. So we'll go live on TikTok tomorrow evening and do some Tapu Bulu raids before that finishes. So if you haven't already, make sure to head over to me TikTok and drop us a follow on there. Danzo Biggins on TikTok. But we will be going live on there to do some raids on there, being that not many people have tuned in for raids this evening on YouTube. And obviously we want to try and get a few more Tapu Bulus done before it does finish on raids. Wednesday onwards we'll have Tapu Fini on raids, so you can always join in for Tapu Finis from Wednesday onwards on TikTok, where we'll do raid invites. But make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me on TikTok. And that is going to be it this evening. Thanks so much for joining. Hopefully you have a good evening wherever you are, and make sure to stay safe. It's very warm here in the UK, so make sure to stay indoors if you can, out of this blistering heat. But thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.